Hey, well, tonight I'm angry because we're throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and the baby in this case is someone distinctly uncherubic who does not look like a baby at all. It's this guy, Rudy Giuliani. Now, most of you who are younger only know Rudy Giuliani from his efforts helping President Trump, which I'm sure a lot of you younger people consider to be a big negative. But let me tell you about this guy, because this guy, in spite of the fact that he does not look like the most innocent fellow, and the fact that he may potentially have some issues in his background, I will point out one fact in his favor. He, although he has been in government for 40 years, is not a rich man. How many of these government figures can you say that of? I mean, Trump went into government, who knows if he was a rich man or not, but a lot of these guys went into government as poor men, and after earning a government salary for 30, 40 years, are now rich men, which should be impossible. But let's get back to Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani is known today specifically for his enthusiastic support of President Trump, and most recently his efforts to determine if indeed there was corruption occurring in Ukraine. Now, I will ask those of you who think that this is an inappropriate activity for Giuliani and or Trump to undertake, here is a question for you. If you are a political candidate and you find out that your opponent is corrupt, what are you supposed to do? If you believe that they are corrupt, is it unreasonable to investigate them for corruption? It never has been unreasonable to investigate anybody for corruption, and we certainly would be investigating Donald Trump if he was accused of corruption, and yet here we are where it seems as if there's evidence against Biden that's been accumulated by Giuliani, and we are ignoring it. But we're not here to talk about the Biden evidence tonight. I'm sure we're going to hear plenty of that in the next 2 weeks. We're here to talk about Giuliani, a baby who has been unfairly tossed out with the bathwater. And this is a guy who actually has devoted his life to public service. Let me point you to a couple of things. First of all, he started as a United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York between 83 and 89, and I was a stockbroker then. So I know that Rudy Giuliani actually did go after Wall Street. Which district attorneys have actually gone after Wall Street since then? Basically none. Not only that, but Rudy Giuliani also attacked the 5 crime families. You know, in the 70s, the mafia was huge in this country, or certainly much more in control than they are now, I believe. But when Rudy Giuliani was district attorney, he did pursue criminal cases against the mafia. He basically pursued criminal cases against the 2 biggest illegal entities in the world, in America at least, the mafia and Wall Street. And he was successful in many of his prosecutions, and he went on to run successfully for mayor. And you can see that he was mayor from January of 94 through December of 2001, and that actually also incorporated the 9/11 attacks when Rudy Giuliani was mayor of New York as it was attacked, and achieved great fame. I mean, you may say that this was his PR acumen, but he was universally beloved in this country. They called him America's mayor, and I think in 2001 he was Time Magazine's Person of the Year. While mayor of New York, he dramatically reduced crime. He was a positive force. You may consider him to be rough and roughshod and a bull in a china shop, but the fact is he does get things done. He has gotten things done his entire life. And for him now to be tarred as a potential foreign actor, an agent of Russia, for example, is completely outrageous. This is a guy who has given his life to public service. He is not rich, I will repeat. He is not rich. What does that say about all the other politicians who are rich? And what does that say about Rudy Giuliani, who is not? This is a guy who is a straight shooter, and the fact that you don't like his message should not cause you to dismiss him personally. He's deserving of better. Please, let's wake up.